Industry most wanted, Norfside Donn checking in, South Cat representing. We here, baby, let's go.
Northside, baby, sitting courtside. South Cat with the mob ties, the imprint of society. Haters come need more of these. We're whipping by 3P. We don't die, we handle biz. No youngin' spinning on my block. If they ever did, we'll hunt them down. Don't follow no trend, nigga. Hell no, we is the wave. No, I ain't got no new friends.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Boom! Big Industry's Most Wanted, not the little one. I heard we got Aiken, South Carolina checking in. Norfside Donn in the building. Give me some love, man.
That's right.
Thank you for being here today.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Came in here with the good energy, positive vibes. That's what I'm talking about. We found out we know like a million of the same people.
Right. When you've been in this game a while, it's a big industry, but it's small.
That is facts. Absolutely. Go ahead and give us an official introduction of who Norfside Donn is.
Okay, Norfside Donn checking in, you know what I'm saying, from Aiken, South Carolina. South Cat represent the whole South Cat from the 843 to the 803 to 864. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody from the state. Shout out to all the artists that's moving around in the state. What you want to call it, solid.
Yeah.
I don't like to say real because real can get misconstrued.
No, that's facts.
So, you know, we solid around this way. Been in the game for, my Uncle David Pressure signed to LaFace in 96.
Yeah.
I think he was signed to Atlantic in 94 when I was born. So I've been in the game since a kid. Let's put it that way. It's a family business.
Yes.
Been in it professionally since I was 18. I signed my first distribution deal with Ingrows and Universal.
Nice.
Back then, what that was, 2013? Yeah, 2013. At a time where independent distribution deals weren't a thing like they are now.
Yes.
Gonzi was actually at Ingrows then. It wasn't an empire yet.
Right.
I think it either was or it was like just starting
early
up,
stages.
but
Yeah,
it was early because he was like one of the first ones to put out the Section 80. He put out Section 80
right.
for Kendrick. So that's how long ago it was. So I've been around. No clout, but a lot of motion.
Listen, and I love that. I'm a big advocate for the motion over the clout.
Right.
Because a lot of people are in this industry for the clout. They're chasing it. They go to the events and take pictures with celebrities and post it like they really have emotion, but they really just doing it for the clout. You and I are on the same page. It's that motion. And shout out to you for doing this for a long time. Take us back to your childhood growing up out there. What were you into? What were you like?
Oh, sports. I played ball from the time I was 7 all the way up to 21. I even played college ball out in Tennessee, UT Martin. Shout out.
Football?
Yeah, football. Yeah. Don't let the size fool you. I was him. You know.
He said it, not me.
Yeah, I was definitely him. Just couldn't stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
But I had a good upbringing. Single mom.
Yeah.
Grandmother. I'm the only child from my mom. My dad has 3 others, including me.
Understood.
I'm the second to the oldest. So that when you talk about that year gap, my dad had a 10-year gap from 94 to 04. So shout out to my little brother Wade Fields. He just put out an EP, I think this week, just Wade. So shout out to him. Shout out to my sister Deshawn and my little brother D. So, I had a good upbringing. Aiken is what you make it.
Yeah.
But I'm from the same hood as Refrigerator Perry and Michael Donn Perry.
Yeah.
So I grew up on the north side. The north side is the roughest side in Aiken. It's a lot that go on the north side from like where I'm from to like Crosland Park especially. It's always been lit out there, but it's really lit up now. Them young boys got it going. Cafeterias, Pacers Run, just multiple hoods. Hans Village, they tore Hans Village down. Cushman, Glen Arbor, like you got Shallow Heights, Ball Town. Shout out to every hood on the north.
Yeah.
Because if you can make it on the north side of Aiken, it's like New York. I feel like you can make it anywhere because you see Refrigerator Perry and Michael Dean, what they did. You got cats in Atlanta making songs in regards to them.
Yeah.
How many times you done heard Gucci say the fridge?
Yes.
So if you can make it in Aiken, you can make it anywhere.
Man, that is dope. Do you feel like you personally are thriving in your city?
Yeah, and I knew that when Dooley got signed with Rankin. And
Yeah.
Cause you know Dooley, I don't know him personally, but he's one of my best friends' little cousin. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen him, I was like, yeah, that's how I know I didn't lay. Cause I probably met bigger when Dooley was probably in Pampers.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew I had laid the work down.
Yes.
You wouldn't know Aiken if it wasn't for me.
Man, see, that's what it's all about, is really putting on for your city and putting your city on the map. And that sounds like exactly what you've been doing for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
What do you feel like right now? Is there anything that you feel like that the narrative needs to change within your city when it comes to music?
And the narrative, I think people got to realize what real work is. It's like when I went from playing high school ball to college ball, I realized what real work was.
Yeah.
Like the workouts we was doing in high school wasn't nothing like when we got in college.
Yeah.
So I realized, like, even when I became a coach from playing, how much I thought I knew but I didn't know. So when you really get in this game, it's real work. It ain't just, we shoot a video, put it on YouTube. Like, a lot of cats don't know what a marketing budget is.
They sure don't.
You know?
Nor do they ever want to spend it if they had one.
Yeah. They'll put the money on everything else and show it to everything else, but they won't put it on, marketing, branding. A lot of cats don't know nothing about publishing.
No, they sure don't. I'll ask them, are you at BMI or ASCAP? And they'll look at me like I got 3 heads because they have no idea. And it's like, you got to take it back to the basics and learn that first before you start throwing music out there.
I done been with cats that have been under me, and when you take them to the website and then they see that $150 or $50 pop up, they like, man, you know what, bro? Nah, I'm good. Because they don't want to pay the money to.
I know. I deal with it all the time. Or they try to lowball you. Let me ask you this, because this is something I ask some of the artists. Of course, all the bills got to get paid first. You know what I'm saying? Rent and gas and food.
Right.
With the money that's left over,
Right.
I'll ask some of these artists, what do you spend the most on? And they'll say, weed, going out, which I'm like, okay, you're hustling backwards. You shouldn't be spending more money on weed than you do your music career. What is it for you?
It's kind of like the Kanye theory. When I think it was the second album where Kanye basically took all the money he made from the first one and put it into the second one.
There you go.
It's the same concept. Like, I started getting paid off music for real. Like 2018?
Yeah.
Like, so that from the time I got signed to 2018, that's 5 years. And you got to think, I got dropped from Ingroves after 2 years, and then I ended up signing to a company out of Tampa, Symphonic Distribution.
Okay.
And I've been signed to Symphonic Distribution since 2015, so it's going to be 10 years next year.
It's a long time.
Yeah, and they out of Tampa, Florida.
That's dope.
And they out of town. They home is in Tampa, and they got offices in New York as well. Even Dallas, Austin then did like a situation with them. I think like 2 years ago.
Oh.
So that's what I started doing. All the money I make from music, I put it right back into the, because my lifestyle straight. Like, financially, I'm good, but it's the music money. We putting it back into the music, and we recycling.
Yeah, you have to reinvest it back into it. Same thing. The money I make here, I go back into enhancing my business however I can.
Right.
People don't understand that. So thank you for sharing that, because some of these artists, they are literally hustling backwards, and then they wonder why things are not moving for them.
Right.
Definitely. I know you've been working with Gambino for a while. How did that situation come about?
We did a show with him in 2021. His show, The Underdog. Shout out to everybody that was on that. I can't name all the artists, but I know for sure like Sequoia was there. Jay, I think, little man, I forgot what young boy, like Jay Cooper, but Jay, No Love Carter. It was a couple guys. Man, it was a couple.
Yeah.
But it started in 2021. I remember seeing some of his mixtapes back in the day. Like, just being around Atlanta, I was on like an email list of his.
Yeah.
Like the live mixtape days, Spinrilla days, and then I actually met him 2021, and then from there I had put out my debut album. I had been put out mixtapes, EPs, but I put out an official album in 2022, like a year after the show, and I had seen him just sharing some opinions and views on Instagram, because you know how he do. he get on Instagram and have a paragraph about that long. And I'm the type of person I read.
Yeah, me too.
And I actually read one of them, and I was like, man, let's do business.
Yeah.
Like this makes sense. And it wasn't like one-sided. Cause he came back like, yo, I've been watching you, I've been seeing what y'all been doing since the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's lock it in, and that's what it's been. And it took a while. I ain't gonna lie, it took half of last year into this year, cause what it was we weren't for sure. We done did business with a lot of people in this game.
Yeah.
If I'm giving you a budget and it's in your hands to control where I go, what I do. Yeah, so I had to watch him a little bit more after that.
Yes.
That's what took so long. Like the budget had been there.
Yeah.
I could have sent it the first day we talked, but it was like we done did that before. We done put money in people's hands and ain't heard from them. And when we seen them, it was hands and feet on their ass.
Nah, facts. You have to, and that's good that you did your homework, as you should. Because I'll get artists every now and again, they'll hit my DM because I put ads out on Instagram.
Yeah.
So they won't be familiar with who I am. They might live up north or whatever. And they'll say, well, how do I know this is not a scam? I said, before you come and insult me, go do some homework on me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Say,
you reached out to me. I didn't reach out to you.
You got a whole website with your services.
Everything.
Yeah, you got everything out there.
And I'm just like, yeah, so that's good. You got to do your homework on people, no matter who it is, because like you said, there's a lot of fugazi people out who will take your money, boom, and then you never hear from them again. They block you on social media. They don't answer your calls.
They imagine sitting on Monday with a part of your ends. You know what I'm saying? They in follies with a little bit of what you know. So and then I seen what he did with Sequoia. I seen how he helped her.
Yeah.
So that really was a thing, that because I seen the work he did with another artist that I know them, been around.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that, I was like, yeah, this the move. So we here now. Shout out to Gambino, man.
Shout out to Gambino, the GOAT, man.
He definitely deserves a lot of more credit than some people in Atlanta get, for sure.
Yes, because not only does he do good business, but what I really respect about Gambino is he's easy to work with. He's like a pleasure to work with. He's always polite, professional. You know what I'm saying? Things like that go a long way with me. You know what I'm saying? People who have manners, people who have common courtesy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of these people out here are just a-holes and just for no reason. I'm like, I don't want to work with someone like that.
Right.
So shout out to Gambino, the GOAT. We love you, bro, for sure.
Underdogs, baby. We here alumni.
Nah, facts. Meet the underdogs.
That shit bigger than double XL. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than the double XL freshman.
Absolutely.
If you're an underdog alumni, you gotta take heed on that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Let's talk about your project, Moving Volume 1.
Okay. Oh, you want to talk about? Okay.
Yeah, let's
talk. How you know about that? Okay.
Let's talk about it because artists, some of them don't understand how much more work it is to put out a full body of work versus a single.
Right.
Right. So tell us a little bit about the project, how the concept came together for it.
8 Trey Gangsta Crip out of Aiken. Northside, Nutty Northside, so that's where the term moving comes from. Cause you know, rolling Crips, they rolling, but we gangster Crips, so we moving. So that's really where it came from. But not only that, I got a lot of motion. Like I stay on the go.
You stay moving.
Yeah, I stay moving. So it all coincides. So we just doing different volumes, just a little. It's down there how 2 Chainz put out Free Bass back in the day. It's just a little sample, you know, for the streets. And I think the thing about projects like Moving is you get to see another side of me.
Yeah.
I'm more of the G Herbo, Meek Mill type artist.
Yeah.
So when you get me on Moving, you just get me in that bag when I'm just talking my shit.
Yeah.
I ain't really being politically correct necessarily.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what Moving, and we put out Moving earlier this year, just to, you know, give them a little something to hold them over to the actual my sophomore album come.
That's dope. And that's what you got to do, man. On these projects, you want to like give them a little bit of everything about you, make it a well-rounded project. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like some of your projects, like you said, you might be on there talking shit. Another one, you might be really like in your bag as far as, you know, like giving them bars and stuff like that. But then you might have something else for the ladies, something for the strip clubs. You got to give them a little bit of everything.
Right. And then the last person I worked with that was like Gambino that I was working with in Atlanta. I started working with them 2019, 2020. Aisha from Nightmare Radio. And shout out to them. And she was the one like, yo, you need to just drop small bodies of work to let people get familiar with you.
Yes.
And you know, we took that idea, and even as we ran with it. And you know, I fuck with them hard to this day because they believed in me.
Yeah.
I had took a break from like 2016 to 2020, when that probably could have been the 4 years I could have caught that clout. But I had took, because it was real life shit going on. And when I came back in the mix, I remember the first meeting we had with them, we played them some records, and they was like, yo, you know, because she had went to Claflin and SC. She went to Claflin University, and that's in Orangeburg. So she was familiar with the SC culture.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's hard for people from South Carolina and Atlanta to work together, because Atlanta is a city, right? But when you come to South Carolina, they talk about Atlanta like it's the state.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so it's like, oh man, them niggas in Atlanta, they da-da-da-da. And it's like,
it's bigger than Atlanta.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other great cities with talent here in Georgia.
in Georgia, yeah. Not only that, it's like, okay, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
If you 2 hours away and you seeing how these dudes moving, why we ain't moving like that in Columbia, Greenville, Charleston? Like, we got 3 major cities.
Yes.
SC. And yeah, we got Rennie, we got Zach, we got a few but even them ain't even hit a like a level yet that they should.
Right.
They should.
Yes.
Like PG Raw, like these people that had major deals recently. And it's still a climb. Like, we still scratching. Like, we still like, so it's good to see like St. Louis. It's good to see a lot of these cats coming out of these small towns in Alabama and Florida, because that should show us that, yo, we got some. We just got, even like the baby and them coming out of Charlotte.
Yes.
Like, we got to shake something.
Do you think that the city in particular that you're in needs to come together, you know, more unity per se? Because I feel like that's how Atlanta really has elevated, because there is a lot of unity here within the culture of hip hop.
Right.
Do you feel like that's something your city is lacking?
I had been going from Aiken for like 10 years. So like that, like when Dooley got on, I was gone. I had been gone.
Got
so
you.
I wouldn't say unity, because you ain't gonna never have unity when cats can't even really get along just on a regular, like, just regular, you know,
even that, let alone some business stuff. Yeah.
So I think more so just understand, go back to what I said at first, knowing, like, understanding the game for real.
Yeah.
It go back to that. Like, I tell people all the time, like, I'm from South Carolina. I be in a lot of rooms, a lot of places. I don't see none of these cats. And that's the problem, because if y'all got all these views, y'all making all these moves, why I ain't seeing y'all in these rooms? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it is. Cats just gotta really cut the facade and get out of the delusion. You know what I'm saying?
Keeping it G, I love it.
And get real.
Yeah.
Because I think that'll help a whole lot.
Listen, I agree. You are absolutely right, because too many people are out here trying to look like they are on already when they still have a long way to go. They're clout chasing. And oftentimes people go broke trying to look like they got money. It's like, no, that's, again, hustling backwards. You know what I'm saying? We all got to start from somewhere and work our way up. So shout out to your city, though. I know there's a lot of talent out there. You know, just people need to be able to work together a little bit better, it sounds like.
Yeah, shout out to Aiken, man, because we got a lot of talent. Even from the CSRA in general, Augusta, all that. Shout out to all that, because we got a lot of talent. It's just time to get out of delusion. It's time to get out of delusion.
Tell us about Michael Donn Perry, the record.
Okay, the new single that's finna come out August 9th. Like I said, Michael Dean is from the hood. Everybody talk about Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah,
Nobody
of course.
talk about Michael Dean, and that's his brother. You know, so that's just what it was. Like, it's just a tribute. Like, you know, Michael Dean Perry. My name is Michael Jones. My grandma lived here. These was the bushes, and you walk through them bushes, they house right there.
Okay, so literally right on the other side.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I went to school with William Perry's son. I was real cool with their nephew, Brandon Rowland. So it just made sense. Like I said, even you got Money Man got a song called Money Man Perry.
Yes.
So it's like, man, we gonna show Michael Dean some love.
Paying some homage.
Yeah, he Cleveland Browns, coached by Bill Belichick. Denver Broncos, them great teams that the Denver Broncos had in the late 80s, 90s, like, he played on them squads. So I think he was in the league for about 10 plus years. So yeah, we gotta pay him some homage. So that's what it is.
That's so important. That's one thing a lot of artists fail to do, is pay homage to the people who were on before them, per se,
Yeah.
or open some doors for them, paved the way. So I'm so glad that you're doing. You made a whole record about it.
Yeah.
The official release date is August what?
9th.
August 9th.
Yeah, August 9th.
Any specific reason why you chose that date?
No, it's just, you know, for timing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even choose the dates and stuff like that no more. Too funny.
Yeah.
They, you know, my team do a lot of that. We even I got a single coming with my DJ the week before that. Shout out to DJ Stacks. Bag Business.
Okay.
Coming out August 2nd.
You working?
Yeah. I'm back in the mix now. Like, I put out some music earlier this year, but I haven't done any interviews or nothing probably since the deluxe of my first album. So that was like, what, late 2022?
Yeah.
I ain't did no press since then. I just been putting out music and working.
Well, we about to put you up and through there.
Yeah. Gambino gonna have heat.
Shout out to Gambino, man. I know he's gonna line you up with some dope, other people.
And not only that, my team is too. Like, that's one thing I didn't want us to do when we started working. I didn't want us to just depend on him.
Yeah.
Cause that's what a lot of artists do too. They get a person and they just solely like depend on their moves. But
yes.
you got a team, like Gambino might can get me here, there, but my team can get me here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So you gotta bring all that shit together.
Man, that is absolute facts, because your team may have certain connections that he don't, and vice versa. So it's like, it's got to be a true full team effort.
Right.
So you are absolutely right. Is there a music video coming for these new singles?
Yeah. We actually shooting Michael Donn Perry video next week in the hood.
In your area?
Yeah. On the north.
It only makes sense. You have to do it there.
Yeah. Gambino and them coming from Atlanta. Though,
Okay.
So we gonna roll out the blue carpet for them and show them how we get it in on my side.
I love that.
Cause a lot of people from Atlanta don't come to Aiken unless they from there, got family there. Like I said, my Uncle David Pressure, Splackavelli. He don't even really come home like that. He been in Atlanta since he signed to LaFace. So, you know, it's that time, yo. This the second single off the album. The first single is already out, Boy. Back, you know what I'm saying? Back in that mode, back on it. Came out Friday the 13th last year, October.
Okay.
So it's already out, visual already out. So this the second one, you know, and I'm looking forward to it.
You have a good body of work out there for people to go check out and, you know, kind of go back. Let me ask you this. Out of all the songs that you have released that are out there that people can go stream and listen to, which of those records is the most personal one for you?
Most personal? Probably Give Flowers off my 2021 mixtape.
Sounds personal, just off the title.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Just a record where I talk about my family. I talk about my grandma passing away in 2014, just a year after I got my deal. I talk about my nieces and nephews and how, you know, they could take over the business, the label, or they could become lawyers or doctors or whatever, you know, astronaut, whatever.
Anything, you know, they desire.
Yeah, that makes sense and that's right.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know, and that's just what it's about, just giving flowers while they're here. I think that's probably my most personal. I think that's probably them, you know.
I love that. Did you shoot a visual for it?
No. We didn't put out no visuals for Ready Rock just because of the simple fact that project was kind of like how UGK dropped they first. Well, I think it was the Ride Dirty album that went gold or like platinum with no visual.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
It was kind of like that type of setup.
And there's people like I want to say it was Juvenile 20 years later just dropped a visual to one of his songs. Like, you know, we are in a content era, but it's your journey. If you want to drop a visual 5 years later, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think you would ever go back? Because it's just them personal records be touching people, boy. They really resonate with them.
A lot of my partners been hollering at me about going back because you got to think a lot of people don't even know who I am yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't put out damn near like 13, 14 mixtapes.
Wow.
So they like, yo, you need to go back and shoot videos to a lot of this stuff and do, you know, which, but a lot of that music you can tell is aged.
Right.
So, you know, me, I'm on to the new.
Understood. Who is doing your mixing and mastering for you?
I work with a lot of different engineers and producers. Shout out to Rue here in Atlanta, Showboat Studios.
Yeah.
Shout out to ABS over there, Raph Appenath.
Definitely familiar.
Shout out to DJ Stacks, my DJ.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pompey. Shout out to Tyler from Toonwork out
Yeah.
there in Greenville. Shout out to K Vaughn out there in Greenville. So those like the main people I done worked with the last few years.
Yeah.
You know, especially Rue here in Atlanta really did something to my sound that was different.
Yeah.
You know, DJ Stacks, like I say, he mixed and mastered the Bad Business record that's coming out on the 2nd.
Okay.
Tyler from Toonwork Studios out there in Greenville mixed and mastered the Michael Donn Perry joint. You know, that's on the 9th.
Does it depend on the record of who you choose to mix and master? Because each of them have their own style of the way they, you know, mix and master a record. Is it? Do you kind of pick and choose based upon the record? Like, oh, this record, this person's gonna bring it to the sound. How do you choose?
No, well, if I'm
Whoever's available.
Yeah. Well, no, it depends on where I'm at.
Okay.
Like if I'm in Atlanta, then I'm working with Rue.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm in Greenville, I'm working with Tyler K. Vaughn. And when I'm in my city, I'm with Stacks or Pompey.
Understood.
So it depends on where I'm at. That's all it is.
Because they're all solid.
Yeah.
All solid.
Yeah. They all solid. They all got their own, you know. But I've been working, out of all of them, I've been working with Pompey the longest.
Gotcha.
But I've known Stacks since kindergarten.
Okay, you guys go back to the sandbox
Way
day.
back. Yeah, way back. Me, him, and his wife.
That's dope.
We all was in the same kindergarten class together.
Oh, so he married somebody that he knew in kindergarten?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a real true love story right there.
For sure. You know, shout out to Jazz. She's been doing some of my most recent photos as well. So shout out
She's
to
a
her.
photographer.
Yeah. Storm Cloud.
Oh.
Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, DJ Stats, Wavy Sound. You know, yeah. So, you know, I got a lot of solid people around me. I got a solid squad.
Sounds like it.
Even like out of Atlanta, Mezzo Agency, Miss Tammy and them, they helped me set up my publishing and all that, and I met them through Gambino.
Yeah.
Like I said, Aisha and them, Nightmare Radio. Even my former publicist, Bree, with the Dare Agency. Even though, you know, we cut ties and things didn't work out, like, they still put me in a position.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Haley, Hell Shot It here in Atlanta. Usually, when I'm running around doing, that's who will be here taking pictures of me. Like, when I'm in Atlanta, she the one.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, like I got a solid squad. Shout out to Jess and her cousin, you know, Jay Slay Art. He just went viral for the Black History post he did.
Okay.
It was like a Black History thing he did that went viral. Like he had the different people like in the flowers, like basically giving flowers.
Yes.
So shout out to him. So I got a solid squad. Willis, Ike, out of Charleston, Suge, who used to work with Speaker Knockers.
Yep. Long live.
Yeah, long live, rest in peace, Knock, Scorpio type of time, Kai out of Buford, Gambino now, we even finna be working with Carmen from the campaign in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Then you got Sabrina Hold out of Virginia with the Medium Creative Agency. So who's going to be handling the label administrative stuff? So I got a solid squad.
Man, you are absolutely destined to win because you are not afraid to bring other people in and allow them to help you.
Yeah.
That's a downfall for a lot of people. They don't want people to help them, and it's hard to build a solid team. Yeah. I've had team, they come and go. Like right now, I'm doing everything pretty much myself. I got my business partner, but it's like it's hard to find people to stick around to see your vision the way you do. So shout out to everybody who's helping him with his movement, man.
I want to keep it a buck. A lot of times it ain't that they don't want help. They can't afford it.
Right.
Help is expensive.
That's facts. Ain't nothing free in this world, right?
It ain't free. Like, like for example, like Sabrina is pregnant now. So yeah, she looking for that paper. You're not saying that's all she working with me for, but hey, she got a family.
Yeah, baby on the way. It's expensive.
It's expensive, and they live in Virginia. The cost of Virginia to live it ain't cheap.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So like Gambino wouldn't be working with me if the paper wasn't there.
Absolutely.
So I understand everybody's bottom line, but when they actually hear the music and get to talk to me and know me, they like, oh yeah, like, cause some people, they just working with you cause you in this business. So that's what it is.
Of course.
But when they actually get to know you and they see, oh yeah, then everything kind of mellows out from there.
And you're professional and on point, so it makes their job easier.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, you were here on time today.
Right.
Little things like that matter. You came from out of state and were able to make it on time. There's people who live 20 minutes down the road and want to be late. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like Gambino says, like, man, she don't play. You got
He knows how I am. Like, you know. But it's like, honestly, I love that because people will take you more seriously.
Right.
They're going to respect you more. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of artists fail, because going back to what you said earlier, they feel like, oh, now I got this publicist or I got this manager. They can do all the work. No, you got to still put that work in. You know, and you mentioned that earlier on, so you're absolutely right. Are you planning on starting your own publishing company?
Yeah, we already done that. We did it, what, 2022?
Oh, it's already.
Yeah, I don't talk about it because that's the life. You live off publishing for life.
Yes.
And I learned that I'm a songwriter,
right,
as well. I've wrote some R&B records and some not more like soft rock.
Yeah, I love that though.
Top, you know, so I learned that when you a songwriter, it's totally different than being a rapper. It's two different games that you play.
You need separate publishing for those.
Yeah, you do. So Black Imprint Publishing. Shout out to my boy Ike, my business partner Ike. We put that together. Shout out to the Mezzo Agency. So yeah, Black Imprint Publishing, LLC, and that was the thing I loved about the Mezzo Agency. They handled all that, the LLC and everything. Now it wasn't cheap. It was worth it.
It was done right though.
Oh yeah.
That's the main thing.
Oh yeah. And I money wise, I see the difference.
Yes.
Because before I didn't get fucked out my publishing, but somebody else was handling my publishing, and they took most of what was coming in. Yeah, and I mean that happens in this game. Like, you either get robbed for your publishing, or whoever your administrator who gets to your shit first, they taking it. Either way it go.
I've heard that far too often, and it sucks really, because I'll see artists online venting and being disgruntled because they'll trust someone else to handle that for them, and come to find out whoever they trusted was taking damn near all the money and giving them just a little bit. And I'm like, man, that sucks. It's like, I understand everybody got to make money, especially if they're helping you. Like you said, help is expensive. However, they shouldn't be taking stuff that's entitled to you, like your royalties per se, if they are not written in on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And the thing about it is, when you got a good label like Symphonic, they offer things to like publishing admin, and they take 10%.
And that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
real
very fair.
Very fair. You know, because 10% of something can be a whole goddamn lot. Like, I remember when Jay-Z did the thing where they tore down some shit in Brooklyn and built the Barclays, and people was like, he only got like 3%. And I'm like, yo, 3% of something can be a whole lot.
Yeah, if it's a couple M's and you take 3% of that, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but once again, when you stuck in delusion, you don't understand that.
Are you working on your own fragrance line?
Oh, it's funny. God damn, you must be tapping our shit. Shout out to Willis. Shout out to Aunt for that. Shout out to Aunt out of the Chuck, James Island. I don't want to speak too much, but we brewing because all the rappers in liquor. We even in the sport, the liquor wave before with a OG out here in Atlanta. Yeah, couple years back. Everybody kind of on the same thing, so yeah, we actually are bringing fragrance to the table, and it's so funny you say it. Like, damn, that's crazy. Listen,
I love that. I wanted to talk about it because I love that, because who doesn't want, some people y'all be musty, but for the most part, who doesn't want to smell good?
And how you knew where that question come from?
I be doing my homework.
Okay. Well,
that's what true journalism is, you know?
Yeah, well, we putting that together, and along with the merch, because we've been doing the merch game for a while too. Like back in the day where it was old English, we was putting old English. We been so that's what we getting into. It was
some for men and women.
Yeah, because a couple weeks ago, me and Willis have conversations usually about every couple weeks or so, and we've already been testing out things since We've already been getting with some of the, you know, people. And when you in a place like Charleston, you it's everything there.
Yeah.
And Charleston is a very wholesome place.
Yes.
Food, just good energy.
Yeah.
So he had already then got with people, put players together, and then mixed this, and we with that. Or I looked at this on YouTube and did that. So shout out to and me and Willis been rocking with me since 2015. So it's gonna be 10 years next year.
Yeah.
Started off as security, dropped a couple people on their neck, and he's evolved all the way to now he's handling stuff like the fragrance. So that shows you the growth.
The growth.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's dope. And it sounds like you yourself are also helping put people in position to win or to level up, you know, because you're partnering with people on situations like that.
Right.
And that's important, man. I commend you. I salute you big time for doing that.
I salute you.
Big business.
Thought you tapped the line. Hey, man, we gotta watch how we talking on these phones.
No, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell everybody one more time about the most recent singles that are coming up so they can be on the lookout for them.
Bag Business with DJ Stats, me and DJ Stats, August 2nd. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my cousin Quan on that artwork. You know what I'm saying? Block, shout out to Block, cuz. And August 9th, Michael Donn Perry off my sophomore album. Shout out to Gambino getting behind this record. Shout out to HINH who produced the joint, you know what I'm saying? And I'm back in the mix now. It's time. August 2nd, August 9th, back-to-back weeks, 2 singles. Michael Donn Perry, it's the one, like, when the shit came on, it about scared her out the car because how hard that shit knocked. Like, that shit.
Did she jump like, I wasn't expecting that?
Yeah, it's one of the ones. I see why Gambino sequenced the whole album. We picked the first single, but he picked this single, and I see why now. He's
good at that. He's good at knowing, because he keeps his ear to the streets and knows what people want to hear right now in the moment. So he's really good at doing that.
Right.
Definitely.
So yeah.
I know you mentioned a lot. Yeah, so that's coming. That one's both of them are coming in August.
Yeah.
So you got 2 records and you're shooting visuals for both of them.
Yeah.
Man, you on your grind. You working.
Yeah.
Got a lot of stuff in the works.
That's it.
I know throughout the conversation you definitely pay homage and show love to a lot of people. Is there anybody else you want to give thanks to or give a shout out to?
Shout out to the Most High, because without him, ain't nothing moving. Shout out to Mom Dukes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nanny, my papa. Going through chemo right now, but he moving like it ain't nothing.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Stay strong, Pop-Up.
Yeah, that's motivation for me. He was a rock star back in the day. I see them niggas do it all.
I love it.
Shout out to like I say, everybody that's fucking with me right now. Shout out to my lady. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my dogs, Pope, Butler, rest in peace, Cook. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Deuce. You know what I'm saying? Toon. Everybody that done been with me on this journey. My boy Richard out there in Texas, Brian Benz out there in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like this mean a lot, because it's been a long time coming. And like my last album, I was working on it and I was on the run. So I didn't get to enjoy the process. Like I was sleeping in ABS on Ralph Apponath.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I met Rue. And even Rue had went through a mental bout like right after that.
Yeah.
So, it's been a long time coming for this point. Like it's been some, like I said, I lost my publicist. We fell out, and me and her was like brother and sister.
Damn.
And it was about paper, but it was like, shit, if you family and you knowing what we got going on, hey, once again, go back to this. Ain't nobody gonna be around me if I ain't paying them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, that's why I said in my song, I ain't paying nobody that ain't doing work.
Man, that is facts, because that happens often.
Yeah.
People pay people for services and nothing's happening.
If it's a party going on, and if Big Crit having an event, or I understand if it's like a Young Thug joint, because I guess it was like, okay, he don't fit that mold.
Yeah.
But if you in the building, I should be too.
No, that's facts. I agree.
Your job is to put me in positions I can't put myself.
Period. That's what you're paying people for.
Yeah. So it's still shout out to her though, because once again she put me in a position.
Of course, absolutely.
So shout out to Aisha, Brittany, just everybody that's been involved the last, I say, 4 years.
Yeah.
Like shout out, like seriously, cause I wouldn't be here without none of y'all. And with what I'm about to do now, yeah, like it's, you know, yeah. So, you know, shout out to my cousin G, Rashard Champ. Shout out to my Uncle David Precious, Splacker Valley. You know, he the one paid the way for all us. Shout out to my Uncle Kevin. You know what I'm saying? The Southside boys, Tony Mercedes, like Big Boy done screamed out Tony Mercedes' name in songs, and that was my uncle manager. You know what I'm saying? So this shit run deep.
Yeah.
Like this, we been here. And now the ball in my court.
There you go.
Cause I'm the youngest out of.
Yeah.
So now it's finally on me, even with Zach and Rennie and all them older than me.
Yeah.
Now it's my time. It's like now it's finally it's Donn time. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to Zach, Rennie, PG Raw, free Carlos. With he got the Hit a Lit record with Zach. That was booming last year.
Yeah.
Free him. Shout out to Scully, D Glory, Long Money Field, Juice Escobar, any nigga from SC that's really doing this shit and ain't stuck in delusion. You know, shout out to Dooley, my little cousin Mac G. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to anybody from Augusta, the CSRA, you know what I'm saying? Free Rock Ken. Like, yeah, we on that.
I know that's right.
We on that.
Tell everybody where they can follow you so they can keep up with your movement.
Everything Norfside Donn Donn with 2 N's. Everything the same. Ain't nothing. You ain't gotta go. Yeah, everything the same.
Spell it. Is it North with an F?
Yeah.
Make sure they know that.
Norf.
It's Norfside.
Yeah. Not NAWF. NORFSIDEDONN. And the reason why it ain't North like that, because I ain't from Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. We have the North side out here.
Yeah. And some cats from Aiken, you know, like shout out my boy Ant. That's how Ant spelled Northside Ant. Like he spelled his that way, but it's like shit, bro. We from Aiken. We got. That's been my. I've been coming to Atlanta, like I say, since '96. That was the Olympics. I was 2 years old.
I was coming out here back then for Freaknik.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, that's been my biggest thing. Even though we 2 hours away from them, we can't be like them. We got to be our own entity. Because if you see Charlotte had Jodeci. They had, well, North Carolina in general, they had Jodeci, Fantasia, Petey Pablo before the baby even.
Right.
So South Carolina as a state, we got a lot of work to do. Oh, and shout out to Trap Dicky too. That's another one that's coming out of state. So yeah, shout out to, and I probably forgot a couple of ladies coming out of state. Like thinking off the top, like Shy Kelly out of Columbia. It's a shout out to all the ladies coming out of SC too. I said Rennie.
Yes.
We got a couple more, but shout out to all the ladies too in SC. Alexis K or Cammy, she from Augusta, but shout out to her. Shout out to all them, all the ladies too.
Definitely.
Kiwi Sweet out of Charlotte, she's here in Atlanta right now. Shout out to Sequoia. Just got to her situation with Empire here in Atlanta. And that's another artist that they might not know in SC, but yo, she out here, she straight.
Making moves.
Yes, and she just got her situation with Empire.
Man,
so shout out to everybody, because I'm inspired by all that shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, so yeah, that keep me going. And
it's motivation.
Yeah, it's Donn time now.
I got one last question for you. Norfside Donn in the building. We live.
Industries.
Where we at? Big Industries Most Wanted, not the little one.
Wanted.
What makes Norfside Donn the industry's most wanted?
Ain't nobody give me shit. Literally.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, I would have been signed to Hitco with L.A. Reid and them, because that's what signed my uncle. I would have been signed to Epic when he was at Epic. If it was the case, I would have been with the Reeds.
Yeah.
Seriously, I would have been, you know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody give me shit. I literally earned all this. I earned this shit.
Feels good though, don't it?
Yeah. Like when I got pictures with Bigger Rankin from 2014. Like I earned I put in the work from passing out the CDs, the flyers, to coming back and forth to Atlanta. Like, I done worked with Nard and B and them, and over there in the SWATs. Like, I remember recording with Nard and B and them at a storage building. Like, out here in Atlanta, they got storage buildings as content places.
Yes, they do.
So that's why I be telling people at SC, I don't want to hear no
excuses.
Nah, because we can rent out a storage building and do this.
That is facts.
No, we ain't talking about no real, got to type in a cold storage building. You might see a guy taking some of his stuff, but you ride down a little bit and it's a studio there.
That's right.
So shout out to Nard and being no trench work. And just, I earned this shit for real. Like, I done went through all the phases from the snap, the futuristic. Like, I was rapping with Bow Wow and Romeo was mega fucking star. So I like Nip used to say the same shit too. Nip like, bro, but like you say, the timing. Even when I think about 50 was like that too. Like, people don't understand 50 wrote for Diddy.
Right.
Like, 50 was signed to Columbia before Shady and Aftermath.
Yes.
And he always said, if I would have got on then, for real, it wouldn't have been what it ended up being. Or like the game was supposed to be signed to Bad Boy, not Aftermath. Like, that's what a lot of people don't get about this game.
Right. They don't know the history of it or how it all works.
Yeah.
Like, you got to learn that stuff.
Like, even with bigger ranking. Like, if you knew, like, after DJ Drama and Cannon them, bigger ranking became that voice.
He sure did.
So like Lucci, that tape Lucci drop where I just want to get high and brainstorm. When you heard bigger ranking voice on that joint, it was like
so powerful.
So that's the thing. Like, I've been around to soak up all that.
Yeah.
To get to this point now where it's like, all right, bet. Like, yeah, it may not be no motion. I may not have the views that Zach, Rennie, Los, and Trap Dicky and a lot of them got, but I've been around and I got that motion. Like, when Mo Beats had the breadwinner, shout out to Mo Beats.
Shout out to Mo Beats,
That's
man.
another one. He had the breadwinner record with Trina. I was there.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, Cornell Loud, that meeting, that street and greet came down to Cornell Loud, California record. And Juice Escobar Devil in the church, because all them people had just got shot in the church at Charleston. And they picked California because it was just more, like, then I didn't get it, now I get it.
Yeah.
It was just more of a broader record, and it went from North Carolina to California, literally.
It worked.
And if you would have dropped Devil in the church, it wouldn't have resonated with, you know, and that's a tough, that's tough to push.
Yes. Absolutely. You have to figure out what market is going to work best.
Right.
And start there and then branch out.
And they ain't hearing that in Kentucky.
Right.
We from a Bible Belt state, and they not hearing that.
That's right.
So California made sense.
Yes.
So shout out to Cornell Loud, Juice Escobar. Like I said, I was there for them moments.
I love it. You got a hell of a journey, bro.
Yeah, I've been around.
And I definitely wish you nothing but success.
Oh, shit.
I'm so glad that we are connected now. We're going to definitely put more work there.
Yeah,
we locked in.
Now. Yeah,
shout out to Gambino for making this happen. We appreciate you. But we up out of here, y'all.
That's it.
Northside baby sent courtside. South Cat with them mob ties. The imprint of society. Haters come need more of these.